Elon Musk claims he's a big believer in free speech. I hope he is. I mean, do we really know for sure? He believes in birthing children, that's for sure. What is he up to? Is it 5 or 9? He's got like 9 kids from 3 different women.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's there's the picture of him meeting the Pope with 5 of his kids, or 4 of his kids, and I'm still trying to figure that picture out. You got Elon Musk standing there, very regal looking, very, very, professional. Then you have the Pope. Not a cardinal, not a bishop, the Pope, the head of the Catholic Church, God's representative on earth, and then there's 4 of his kids. And the one kid's like, yeah, I got to see the Pope. So anyway, the guy says, I'm going to buy Twitter because I believe in free speech, and I think Twitter's overly aggressive, especially against conservatives or Republicans. I mean, they banned the president of the United States, but the Ayatollah Khomeini or whoever's running Iran has a Twitter account. But the 45th president of the United States can't be on the platform. So Elon says, that's stupid. I believe in free speech. I may not agree. You may not agree with me, but we ought to have, it's the town square. You ought to have freedom. So he offers them, what $55 billion, $45 billion?
I think it was 44.
Yeah, $44 billion. Just this huge amount of money. At first, they were hesitant to do it. Then the board said, we'd be stupid not to do it. We would not be responsible to our stockholders if we didn't entertain the offer. And then Elon started digging into it, and he says, now, wait a minute here. You got to share this data with me. You may be valuing the value of this company way above what it's really worth because you may not have as many real accounts as you claim you have. You may have a lot of bots. And they refused to turn over all the data. Well, a couple of weeks ago, they did what they call a fire hose of data. So it's just all this raw user data. Elon's people have been poring over it. They claim they still can't figure out how many of the accounts are bots versus real, actual users. And he says, you know what? It ain't worth $44 billion. I think I'm going to pull out of the deal. Well, the stockholders are now like, well, the shareholders, the board that runs the Twitter company, not the people that run the company, but the people that, the owners of the company, represent the owners of the company. No, we're going to sue you. You have to carry out this deal. The stock market's down. Our stock price is tanked. We want that $44 billion. Because if we thought it was overpaid before, it's really overpaying now. And you owe our stockholders. You can't just jump in and out of these deals. There's Security and Exchange Commission deals and all that kind of stuff. And so Elon tweeted yesterday these 4 pictures of him laughing out loud. Jeffrey, I don't know if you have the picture, if you want to put it up there, if you're watching online. But the first panel, he's laughing, and it says, they said I couldn't buy Twitter. Then the next panel, he's laughing. Then they wouldn't disclose bot info. Then the next panel, he's laughing out loud again. Now they want to force me to buy Twitter in court. And the last one, his head is back. He is just absolutely guffawing. Now they have to disclose bot info in court. And I wondered about that when he did that. I thought, well, if this thing goes to court, if Twitter sues him to make him go through the deal, can't he, as a part of the discovery information and making his case as to why he wants to withdraw, can't he make the court finally require Twitter to turn over the information that he wants? And it would be an open court, Barking Guy.
Yep.
So everybody would get to see what he was talking about.
Yep.
So who's going to get the last laugh here? And I really haven't heard any of the pundits go down that rabbit hole, which made me think, well, maybe I'm not a lawyer. Maybe I'm just naive in my thinking of how court cases go. But I always hear about discovery and, do you really want to go to court? Because if you go to court, you're going to have to expose a lot of things that maybe you don't want to be exposed. So we ought to settle out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm thinking maybe Elon's going to get the last laugh here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with all that. I was disappointed, however. Not that I'm a big Elon fan. I think he walks on water. I think there's some things that he does that are pretty amazing. I think there's some things that he does that I think are not necessarily what everybody thinks they are, like the electric car thing. I think the rocket company's pretty cool. I think the internet thing's pretty cool, but the electric car thing, saving the planet, all that, I don't know about that. But apparently he's not been very critical of Trump over his career. If anything, he said some things that could be construed as complimentary towards Trump. But Trump's running Truth Social Network, which is a competitor to Twitter. And I guess was Trump in Alaska over the weekend? I guess he's been ripping Elon. And I'm in my mind, and again, Trump's a brilliant strategist and he has a great sense of things. But I don't know that I'd be ripping Elon Musk. I don't know that I'd go out of my way to be friends with him. I don't know that Elon would want to be your friend. Because Elon runs an electric car company, and those tend to be liberals and elitists and environmentalists. And so you may not get the kind of reception you think you're going to get from Elon. But I get the impression that Elon's more of a libertarian conservative as opposed to a liberal whack job. So I don't know if I would have gone after Elon. I'm thinking that's a percentage of the electorate that you might want to have on your side in the election. So it's a couple things that Trump has done here recently, like when he threw his daughter under the bus. I don't think I would have done that. But I'm not Donald Trump. I drive a 5-year-old truck. I don't have custom suits. I think I have a suit. I don't have a plane. I get my blower out. I blow off the sidewalk of my own self. I was under the counter in the Roswell office there hanging a new KVM extender and getting that all done. I'm not Donald Trump, but I sure love what he did for the country when he was president. And but I don't think I would have thrown Elon Musk under the bus, given all of the different things that are going on in the world right now. I think having him, not saying having Elon in his corner is the goal, but if he does wind up taking over Twitter, having him not against you is probably a smarter tactic. But he's a competitive guy, He's in the social media business now. So his social media company is the best. It's the most awesomest. It's the best. It's the most wonderful social media company in the whole wide world. And Twitter is junk. So I could see why he would, But anyway, the Barking Guy is here, and I have used up all of your time. I'm really sorry. Can you stick around for a little bit?
Yes, I can.
Because we've got coffee and stuff coming from Kith and Kin.
Kith and Kin, that's our foodie sponsor for today.
And Jeffrey and I, because I didn't have you on the calendar, so we didn't think to ask, but they have their summer drinks now. They're Lotus energy drinks. So these are energy drinks, and they are movie themed. So, for example, you can get Back to the Fuchsia. Or you can get Beetlejuice, Skywalker, Cobra Chai. So we're going to try some of those this morning from Kith and Kin, and we're looking forward to that experience. Barking Guy is here. We'll bring him on the other side of the news as we'll kind of get everybody caught up to date over the last month and look ahead to the next few weeks.